Twin Peaks Mama's pot roast. And it's tasty, y'all. Twin Peaks. I call myself ordering two mom's pot roast dinners from Twin Peaks and loaded nachos, an order of loaded nachos for G and I to try, not knowing that this is how much you get for loaded nachos, y'all. It smells divine. I got chicken nachos. Oh my goodness, I didn't know it was gonna be that much, but that's okay. It won't go to waste. It will not go to waste. Loaded nachos from Twin Peaks. Y'all remember that movie, Twin Peaks? Of ordering. What's up, y'all? Beautiful people, beautiful people, beautiful people. Yeah. I just gotta give y'all a quick video. Y'all. What's this video about? I gotta tell y'all about a movie that I saw yesterday. And I'm gonna give you a quick review of this movie I saw. I got this at the beauty supply store for a couple bucks, I guess. Coconut oil. But I'm waiting for my food. I'm waiting for my food, y'all. Well, me and G's dinner. And this is where I'm at. Do y'all remember this movie? Do you all remember Twin Peaks? Oh my God, Twin Peaks. Did they ever find out who killed that girl? Who? Laura? Who offed Laura? I think that was her name, right? But anyway, but first let me ask y'all this question. How could a person who's just as poor and on the poverty level as you still try to give you grief? You in the same situation. So let me tell you about this movie I saw with Mary J Blige called MUDBOUND. Oh yeah, because they lived in mud pretty much. The houses, or shacks. And this is around, I'm not going to even say rural Mississippi. Excuse me, but they lived like in a dust bowl where it was during World War II. And they were farmers, sharecroppers. So you see in World War II, so you know the 3 Ks was around, right? Well, Mary had a family. She was married, of course, and she had a few kids, and she had an adult son who had went to war, and he actually ended up being a bomber in the war. He came back to Mississippi after he left the war. Well, you know, while he was over there in Italy, I mean, he went all over the world. In those places, they treated the Americans wonderfully, no problem. Then, with the racism, he goes back to Mississippi on that farm. And mind you, it was nothing but really a lot of dust and dirt and mud. Mud ducks. But that Mary's family, that was her son, her oldest son, he went to war. And y'all follow me on this story. They were renting from a white family who was just as much in poverty as they were. Well, the white family, their son, their brother, he had also went to war. He was a captain in the Air Force. He was a pilot. The black man was a bomber. Let me tell you. Follow me, fam. So they came back, they both came back, and they lived yards from each other. This man, the white man who came back from the war, the captain, he had an alcohol problem. I mean, they had seen so much. How could you not? He had an alcohol problem, and back then, like I said, the 3 kids that's around, his grandfather lived with them, and he was ornery. He was ornery, he was racist, he was all of those things. Their neighbor who was renting the house to them, he said, he felt that just because he was renting the house to them, that he can just treat them any type of way. Just any type of way. You need to plant your seeds out here. Oh, I need your help. I need your kids to come and help me with this, come and help me with that. Are you serious? The black man had fell down Mary's husband had fell down from a ladder or something, right? He was also like a preacher. He fell down and injured his leg. His leg, and because during that time they in a rural area and stuff with the dirt and the dust and all this kind of stuff, he didn't have the means for a doctor. But I tell you, Mary, she healed a lot. She helped nurture back the white family's children and everything when they got whooping cough. The white man sent for her. She says, I have to leave my family for 3 or 4 days. Who's going to take care of my family? But she went on and took care and nursed those kids back to health. Cooked for that family and everything else. Her and the white woman had a bond that nobody knew about. So when Mary's husband injured his leg from falling off a ladder, the white woman had a doctor to come and take care of his leg. She went to her husband's safe that he did not know that she had the combination to, and got some money out there and took it and got a doctor to go to Mary's house so that they can get help for her. I mean, I thought he was going to lose the leg. The white guy that came back from the war, him and the black guy, they really much befriended each other, in spite of his family not wanting him to have anything to do with him. But I'm going to tell you, this is what this is what got me. Well, there's a few things that really got me, took me aback. However, he injured his leg before the doctor came and took care of him. His leg, he was in the house while Mary and the kids and everything, they were tending to the chores and stuff of the life that they, they were living. So he was laying up in bed. So the landlord, that not in much more of a condition than he is, as far as poverty wise. You dirt poor too, but you still want to rule me. He came to his house. The man is sitting there in his pajamas, in the bed, sitting up in the bed, and it's an old shack. So the man is standing up there at the window. It's not a window. There's no window there, but he's standing there at that hole while the man is sitting up in bed, and he's talking to the man, and he's like, yeah, so when you gonna start working again? He says, well, my leg is so messed up that, the doctor gave me 6 weeks. It's been 4 already. I got 2 more weeks. Well, usually you have the seeds out by 9 and stuff like that. So, in other words, you need to get going. And he left. He walked away. This man tried to get up out the bed and fell because his leg was so badly infected, so badly bruised and everything messed up. That's when I said Mary's, the white woman, the white guy's wife, she paid for a doctor to come and attend to Mary's husband, and it healed and everything. They said, the white woman said, why don't you come work for me, Mary? And Mary and her husband, they did everything together. They did everything as a team. With their kids, everything was a team effort. Remember, I always told y'all, when you two together can do so much more. Two together can do so much more. You don't have to have a whole group of people around you. You don't even have to have a whole lot of friends. But I tell you, what two people can do together is extraordinary. Okay? So, since the white man that had, was the pilot, he was back home, he did not agree with the racism and discrimination and the hatred and stuff that his brother and his father spewed and everything. Him and his sister-in-law kind of started digging each other. But he wanted the black man that was in the service too. He wanted him to ride in the truck with him, and he had to sit in the back, right? He told him, he said, you get up here. He said, no, I'm fine where I'm at. He says, no. That's an order, soldier. You get up here in the front seat. So, his parent, his father and his brother and his grandfather despised that. They didn't like that. But they wanted their help whenever they needed their help. And fam, this is the killer part. After Mary had nursed the kids, the little girls, back to health and stuff from the whooping cough, the woman asked her, why don't you come work for us? So she looked at her husband, and they talked about it. Her husband did not want her to go and work for them because they were horrible, especially the man. He was horrible. She was just there, that was his wife, but he was horrible with his race itself, but he wants your help. He ended up what did he do? He they saw the relationship building, and they felt like the black guy, he was beyond himself and stuff like that, because he had been away from Mississippi and everything, and things were quite different. He was treated very well when he was away, and then he came back to this. Well, they got this man, the 3 Ks, along with the grandfather. They strung him up in this barn or something. They strung him up with rope, naked, and they brought his friend in. They liked him as his friend. They brought him in, the captain that was in the Air Force. They brought him in to watch, and they beat him because he wanted to help. So they beat him and called him all kind of names, like you a lover of this and that, all this kind of stuff. And they had the man strung up, the black man strung up. They said, okay, we want you to witness this. Not only are you going to witness this, you're going to tell us which one to cut out. You want us to cut the eyes, the tongue, or his privates. 3 options. And they were beating the white guy, and the white guy was he was infuriated. He wanted to help him, but he couldn't because they were restraining him and everything. So he couldn't help them. He couldn't untie him. He couldn't do anything. They all overpowered him. And so the next thing you know, he saw the man on the table, the black man on the table at Mary's house, her son. And she's nursing him. I thought he had died. She's nursing him, and she's saying, "Oh, I can feel his heartbeat. I could feel every beat." Then it showed him walking up some steps. He going cross country because during his time in the military, it showed that he had a relationship, I think, with an Italian girl, a German girl, and it showed him going up some steps, and he was talking, and he says, "You know, I had to carry around a card saying I am a mute." So he did survive. However, they cut his tongue out, and he went up and he knocked on the door, and the German lady, she came to him. She called out a name, and he has a son. His son was probably about 7 or 8 years old, but he was a deaf mute. But prior to that, Mary then was getting ready to get up out of there because her husband did not want her to work for the white folks. But she says, "Why don't I work for them so that we can get out of here? We can save money and we can get out of here." They were trying to get out of there. They packed up everything. They had their wagon packed and everything. They were getting ready to get out. The old man had died. You had his sons, his 2 sons, his son's wife, and his 2 daughters. They were little girls. So he goes, and they are taking, just him and the brother is taking the casket, the wooden casket. They're trying to put it in the ground, but they can't. They don't have any leverage because it's only 2 of them. Mary J and her family, they packed up. They're ready to go. They're on their way out. Do you know that he stopped them and said, "Hey, can't get the casket in the ground"? Now, this is the same man who tried to kill Mary's and her husband's son that's in this casket. The same racist man. And he said, "And I need your kids to help too." That's how they try to humiliate you at that time. "I need your kids to help too." Do you know that man said, "My kids ain't getting off of here. They ain't getting up. They're not getting down. I'll help." And they helped them. Even after everything that man had done to them, they still helped them. So I know my food should be ready by now, but I tell you, MUDBOUND. Y'all go and check that movie out with Mary J Blige. And Mary J Blige, sister, you did a good job in that movie. I'm digging it. And it goes to show what tenacity, what resilience, what loyalty to each other and devotion, what those things does, the compassion, empathy, sympathy. It had all of those things in that movie. Learn to appreciate things. And when I saw that movie, I thought about, wow, how our ancestors have gone through that and then some. And even now in 2022, some states still have that mentality of, dang, I don't even want to look that person in the eye when I'm talking to them. See, me, myself, thank God for that. I'm so glad that I was not born in a southern state because, as G say, my mouth too slick. Translation, I'm a rebel. I've been a rebel in the militant for a long time. I probably came out the womb a rebel, okay? I'm going to speak up for myself. So, yeah, I'm so glad I wasn't. But I just wanted to tell y'all about that. And, you know, think about things that last long and stuff like that. I was thinking about, wow, I belong to a financial institute financial institutions that have lasted longer than my marriages. Yeah, I said my marriages. I ain't the only one that had marriages, okay? So take that. So anyway, y'all make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, and share. What did I get at Twin Peaks? I got a G&I, the mom's pot roast, and just for us to try out, I got their loaded nachos, I think it is. I got the chicken. They have a choice of chicken, a brisket, I think, and something, and pork. So, but anyway, you all have a blessed day. Go do something. You know, I always say, be good to yourself and be good to others. Today I'm going to say, do something special for yourself. And today, do something special for your day yourself. Even if it's to go out and get an ice cream cone, it doesn't matter. Just call it special spoiled day. You know, love yourself. Love yourself. And take care of yourself. And if you got somebody good that's in your life, appreciate it. Appreciate it. And y'all stay blessed.